Hello, hello. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. My computer's working. Hello, hello, hello. This is Tammy Lee with Make Shift Happen, the spiritual variety show where we come live every Wednesday at noon Central Time, right here in the Ignite Your Joyful Heart Facebook group. Welcome, ladies. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Let's give everybody a few minutes of time. Come on in. Hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome on this wonderful Wednesday. Oh my goodness, it is so windy here in Kansas. Did you know that Kansas is the second windiest state in the nation? I think it just went up a notch to number one. Welcome, welcome everybody. Come on in. Let's just wait a little bit for people to join with us. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Come on in. Come on in. Welcome, 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 everyone. Ooh. Yes, welcome in. Come on in. We're here to make some shift happen today, darlings. I just want to double check that if you can hear me, please let me know. For some reason, I continue to have a few issues when we're going live. Like my computer just doesn't want to say, and I wonder, am I live in the right group? I'm sure I did that right. Okay, did I do something wrong? Oh my goodness, am I not live in the right group? Okay. What happened here? I think I'm in the wrong group. Oh, wow. Let me go look. I think I might be. Well, where did I go live? It says I'm live. So who's with me? Anybody with me? Knock, knock. Where am I live at? It says Ignite Your Joyful Heart. Okay. But I'm going over to the Ignite Your Joyful Heart. Let me check that out again. Well, howdy doody, tutti fruity. Okay, 3 minutes. Let's see. Is it not? There I am. Oh my, oh my. Oh no, that's not where. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think I keep losing where I'm at. Okay, here we are. So please put a comment on in the chat. And also when you see, like, look right above the video, you'll see streamyard.com / boy, say that fast 3 times / Facebook. And if you click on that, I can actually see your comments over in StreamYard, where this is actually being recorded from. Coming to you live from StreamYard. I don't know. I'm feeling pretty frisky. Got a lot of energy moving through. Whew. So as you come here, as you come into this container of sacredness, just take a deep breath. For this moment in time, for this moment in time. Be here. Be with you. Be present. Right here. Turn off all your distractions. I know some of you stay-at-home mamas can't really do that because your little ones are just maybe even hanging out with you. But do the best you really can. Okay? Do the best. That's all you're ever asked for. It's true. That's all you're ever asked for, is to do your best. And not to beat yourself up about it. Take a deep breath. And take that breath into your heart and see if you can start to feel your heartbeat. Being with that yummy part of you. And and see where it okay, so even though I come on here live every week, and I create this outline of what I want to share. And this is the part of the way that I work, is I allow then the outline. Once I create the outline, I then say, what is it? What is it that really, truly wants to come through? What is it that really, truly wants to come through in this moment, in this time with you, with us? So let me ask you, is there anything pending inside of you? Are there questions? Are there something that you just want to get off your chest and say right now? Because that could be where we're actually meant to go. And it's surprising sometimes, pleasantly, of course, because I don't always know where we're going. So let's just say hi to those. Hi, Alicia. Thanks so much for joining. Yes, Jancy, you're here. Woo-hoo! Right now, there's a dear, dear, dear sacred sister that belongs in this group. I just got a message this morning that she I won't say her name because I don't have that permission to do that. But she had some heart issues, and she's got a very tricky heart, and she's lasted longer than both her mother and her sister did in this lifetime. And I just found out she's getting out of the hospital this morning or today sometime. And I just want to take this moment, and everyone that has any kind of a heartache, thank you for that, heart issue. But hers is medical, but I also believe this comes from a deeper aspects of heartache. Years ago, working with the doctor that I would drive 3 hours to go see, pretty close to 3 hours. I'm 58 now, so that was in my late 40s, early 50s. I worked with him for well over 3 to 5 years, maybe a little longer. So I just wow, this is taking us into heartache, like true heartache. And one of the things he discovered, he's I guess you would say a functional doctor. That's the new word these days. But he is knowledgeable about so many things. Dr. Tate is what I call him. And one of the things that he helped me to discover was, or that he helped me to discover was, most of my life I had been suffering from broken heart syndrome. As soon as he said that, it just wow. And then he started telling me the different things that broken heart syndrome came from. I don't even, for some reason I'm adding the word syndrome, but brokenheartedness. Well, I'll just put it like that because I don't want to put it out there that it's, because it's healable. Ladies, it's healable. I've healed my broken heart that was fractured. Not just this lifetime, but fractured in former lifetimes. Dimensions, timelines, and all that Tammy was, the being known as Tammy, all those different times that she's lived before this. I know that's my truth. And this lifetime is part of that healing. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was part of the purpose of why I came back this lifetime. But I didn't know that. And in order to know that, to be aware of that, I had to experience a few heartaches. Some like broken, freaking broken heartaches, like that can take you out. That kind of heartache. And but having those experiences helped me to realize, helped me to reconnect to that sacred, to that core of me that helped me to remember why I came here. One of the reasons, to help brokenheartedness. To heal brokenheartedness. It's rampant. We're seeing that. Just with saying that. Can you feel that? Can you feel that brokenheartedness that so many people have? That it's like in this, that it's a collective. And when we, and this is so true, when we start to heal that of which we have, we heal all those others around us. Even before time was time. So just take a deep breath about that. Just because that helps us to stay in the heart space. Is when we take this deep breath, you feel your heartbeat, because it wants to talk to us. That heartbeat wants to talk to us. Yeah. So those of you that are new to me and my work, I am a highly intuitive, multidimensional transformation and healing I forgot a word in there. Facilitator. Yes, that's the word, facilitator. And this is part of the work we do, is healing the heart. And so as we like are listening to our hearts right now, as we're breathing into that heart space, because from that heart space, we want to go and connect with our womb space and connect those two. But healing that heart space is part of that, to stay connected with our inner self, to connect that to our womb space, which so many women are not connected to. That also is where a lot of pain hides. So as we connect to our heart spaces, to even the brokenheartedness, did you know one of the ways that can start to heal is just by being present? Being present. Not only with another, but with yourself. Being present with self. Yeah. Because the pain that we have within us, because with everything that's going on in that we see rampant on the news, if you can look past what you're seeing, you literally can feel the pain of people. Yesterday, I found out that someone we distantly know, but we know more of the girls, that their dad died, passed away from cancer. And found out last night while we were at our grandson's summer basketball game. And my kids pretty much grew up with the daughters, these girls that their dad passed away yesterday. And thinking of those girls, and he's younger than my husband. And thinking of those girls, and that now they no longer will have their father in their life physically. I allowed to feel that pain. But while I was in feeling the pain, because that's how we can be present, and that's also how we can hold the space for other people that are working through their pain. Not saying that we don't do that ourselves. I was just doing that on Monday, 2 days ago. But see, when we can hold, like thinking about the pain and allow the emotion, but still stay in this love, this compassion of who you are. It's a practice. It's a practice. But when you come from this compassionate, like purely compassionate being self, and y'all got it within you. When you're holding that and feeling the pain, feeling the emotion, allowing that emotion of even your own heart space, to come forth. And allowing that pain of you to also be seen in this compassion. That facilitates a healing. That facilitates a shift happening. Have you ever done this? Have you ever done, like, you've worked on something, you like, oh wow, like, whew, you feel like you're free of it. And then something happens, like maybe a month, maybe years down the line, like, I thought I took care of that, man. I thought I took care of that. But there's another layer that's deeper, further down, that wants to come up now. Because this in you is starting to trust you even more, that you will help to facilitate that shift, that change, that opening, that healing that wants to happen. Doesn't that just feel yummy? I mean, that's part of the reason why I do this work, is so I can teach that to other ladies. That's part of what we're doing over in the Emerald Compass Sacred Sisterhood. And just so you know, there's still some openings available. Just reach out to me and we'll talk about it. The women over there are having incredible breakthroughs. Also, another way to start to facilitate the change of this, like, allow yourself to truly feel that heart, to even ask, like, do you have a friend? Do you have a friend, a mentor, somebody in your life that you can just turn to, that will be present for you and with you? That you can be real, that you can be raw. I know that's very rare, but you can be that with this other person, and just preface it with, I need you to hold space. Will you be, I need someone to hold space. Will you be willing to hold space for me? When you ask that person, because here's something about holding space. It's not about, so say I'm the space holder. It's not about, it's about, okay, so it's about holding space, about being in my essence, being in my heart, being in my womb, being all connected within me as a space holder, being present, helping to facilitate my own emotions that may come up by holding space for you. So this is a space holder. And while you're talking, while you're sharing, just holding that space to where the purging, it's not about the space holder reaching out and touching you. It's not about the space holder reaching out and saying, oh, poor you, oh, poor me. That does not facilitate the healing. That keeps the other person stuck. It's not about reaching out and thinking they need a hug. I know that can be tough for some of you, especially you healers, you mamas, thinking, oh, I'll just comfort them. I want you to stop and think a minute here. Are you comforting the other person because they need it? Are they that hurt? Or are they bleeding? Or are you comforting them? I want you to think about this. Are you comforting them because you are truly the one that requires the comforting, that desires the comforting? Because do you know, I've seen this happen more than once. You're holding space. the doing the healing work, or just being with a friend, and they start to go through their emotional stuff. They start to share. They start to purge. They start to even, like, in quotes, throw up emotionally, just because they like all this stuff is just coming out of them. Do you reach out to them? Oh, I have something in my eye. Wow. Do you, when you reach out, maybe I should say it like that. When you, oh, wow, that hurts. I'll just see if it comes out. When you reach out to them, you can actually take them out of their own facilitation. You can actually take them out of their own facilitation, of their inner self, of that energy, of going deeper, of having a major breakthrough. You can actually hinder that by reaching out and comforting. Is it you that requires the comforting? I want you to think about this. I invite you to think about this, because I see that in so many people. I've done it. I even asked this doctor that I drive 3 hours to go see. And this time, like, I've cried in his office, and I've even asked him for a hug. I was so grateful that he stood in his boundaries and said, Tammy, I can't do that. He's very professional, stood in his boundaries. Because him, by saying, I can't do that, Tammy, helped me to go deeper, helped me to learn with me how to facilitate the healing within me. Are you getting this? Do you understand what I'm saying here? Let me know. Let's check out I want to go to the questions, to the text chat, and see what people are saying. Do you understand what I'm talking about here? Do you get a glimpse, or do you gather what do you have questions about it? Because some of you, I can feel you like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do that. Like, not reach out and not hug someone. Hi, Lisa. How are you? So do you understand what I'm saying here? Of helping someone to help to facilitate their own healing can also mean that we just hold the space. Just hold the space and allow them to create the shifts that are going on within them. Allow them for their own emotion to come up, to be heard. To flow through so it can transmute. Because there's another thing. When you reach out, you can also end up grabbing that energy yourself. And it can attach to you. So even like when my grandchildren, when they get hurt, I allow them to have their tears. But have you ever noticed? Have you ever noticed this? Start paying attention to this. When a little child hurts himself and they get up, they brush it off, and then kind of look around. And if they see somebody looking at them, they will start crying like they're hurt. Like, I can see them out of the peripheral vision. And I smile because, so if they don't see anybody looking at them, like, oh, poor baby, are you okay? They'll brush it off, usually, unless they're truly, like, really majorly hurt. They'll brush it off and they'll go on playing. But as soon as they see somebody looking at them or saying something, they'll start bawling until somebody picks them up or somebody acknowledges that. Sometimes, and I'm not talking about ignoring, I'm talking about you're aware that the child got hurt, scraped his knee. I'm talking about that kind of hurt, right? Fell off the bike. He's okay. She's okay. Scraped a knee, scraped an elbow. And then you kind of like, okay, well, I'm not going to say nothing. So inside, I'm doing that. I'm holding the space for them to facilitate their own taking care of themselves. Right? And that's how we raise, that's how we bring forth the healer in our children. So when we are just present, and I say just, but that is a huge thing because very few people are present. So what does that look like when we're present? What does that look like when, because I'm telling you, we have so much help surrounding us. So think about that. Think about how it looks for you to be present. It means put the phone on the side. I see mamas and I see little ones. They're not present with either one because their faces are in the devices. Understand a little break, but not all the time. So Monday, I did some deep, profound work. How else? This is another way of we have help around us, and it's not always physical. We have other beings. We have Mama Earth. So, oh, where did I put it? Oh, hang on. Let me show you. Okay. So Monday, I did some really deep work. Like I was bawling. It was deep. And it had a lot to do with the masculine energies from other lifetimes, other timelines. Like before, like the being known as Tammy wasn't in this body. Sure, there were some in this lifetime, but there's something bigger and deeper. And I have a select group that I do that kind of work with. And I know that I need help. So I'm with this group. We're on Zoom and we're doing the work. And things started like being revealed to me. And I was crying so hard I could hardly even get a word out. And they're all holding space. They're all holding space for me, allowing me to feel that emotion. Because here's the big thing, ladies. We got to allow to feel the emotion, allow the emotion to have the sound to it. Allow the emotion to even talk to us. Allow the emotion to be heard, be acknowledged, to be recognized, to be seen. We must, in order to really facilitate the change, to make the shift happen within us so we can clear that. Did you know that every time you do a layer of healing, that you work on yourself, however that looks for you, that you are actually healing everything before you, everything after you. Like my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren will not have to carry the burdens that I did. That's another reason why I do this work. We are living our legacy, not just leaving it. We are living our legacy. Who wants to live their legacy? Show me some hands. Raise your hand if you want to live your legacy. Show me some hands if you want to know what your legacy is. Energetically, I can feel you. You ladies didn't come here to mess around. I know that. I might not know every single one of you in this group, but you freaking would not be here in this group. You found us for a reason. And I know I've been dormant in this group over the past few years off and on. I know that. And I was off doing my deep work. Last year, I even lost my voice in the wintertime. Every time I tried to facilitate a class. And some of you ladies on here right now, you were part of that class. And I would okay, it's class time. It's, whatever night that was. And I couldn't go on because I would lose my voice because I wasn't being with me. I thought I had to, I don't know even how to, I wasn't taking the time for me to facilitate the shift and the change and the healing that wanted to be heard. I couldn't speak. It was really odd. It was an experience, and I will always remember that. Our body speaks to us. Our heart, our womb speaks to us. Here's something I've learned lately. I've remembered it. I've learned it a long time ago. But, okay, so I've told you I'm 58. So, that seems so, odd to say that. But I grew up in the era of, if you want to be spiritual or if you're a spiritual teacher, you're always out here and up. So it's the upper body, right? I feel, this is my own experience, I feel that was perpetrated in order to take us away from our bodies, to always look outside instead of looking inside. Inside, where your power lies. Inside, where the healing happens. Inside, where you connect to you, to Pachamama, to Mama, to Mama. The Mama within you, Mama Earth. That spark of light. The first place I go now is within. To bring that energy in me. To connect to my womb space. The space where so many women are disconnected from. That have their hidden heart gems in there. Yes. So Monday, when I was sharing on Monday, when I went through this deep work, I had a list of things I wanted to accomplish that day. But I listened. And I invite you to listen too. I listened to what my body was really saying. I listened to what my spirit. I listened to that call. It was like a whisper, but I allowed myself to feel it too. To feel it. I was to be out of my home that day. I was to be with the land. The land was calling me. The land knew. Mama Earth knew. Right here in this room, what had facilitated. The beings around me, the sacred grandmothers, my entourage, my sacred helpers, my joy team, whatever word you have for your, if you have a sacred team, like in the spiritual, in the ether realm, Sasquatch, we're calling me, come be with us. We will help you. And so my husband was going to go to another pasture that we are stewards of to set some water tanks. Those of you that don't know me enough that know that we have a farm and ranch operation, land and cattle operation with over 400 head of cattle, and we needed to go set some water tanks. So while him and my son Joe were doing that, I was walking the land in this area that I've never done this before. It was over an hour drive. And as I walked, I got to this one space, this one place, this one spot. I just stood there. And I just started, I need help. I connected to Mama Earth. I could feel I had that my different helpers around me. I don't even know them all. And I just started saying, I need help. It's okay to need help. If you need, this is permission for you to know it's okay to need help. Does not mean you're weak, woman. It actually makes you stronger. You're being asked to ask for help. So just take a deep breath with that. And even sink into your womb space with that breath, with another breath. And another breath. You're being asked to ask for help, woman. You can even say, I didn't know this kind of stuff years ago, decades ago. I would just like, I don't know who y'all are. I trust somebody's out there helping me. I know there was somebody helping me raise my kids, my 5 children. All of a sudden I hear a twang in my voice. I don't know why. I need help. I need help. And be okay with needing help. I cried a little bit more. I allowed the tears to fall upon the earth. Mm-hmm. And then when I was done, when I felt complete, I turned around and I just walked right by this area. I turned around and this is what I found. A deer shed. Medicine. That was a sign. I chose to say that was a sign. Some people might just like flip it off as something else. Like, oh, I found something. No, this was the message. Still figuring out that message. Yeah. Let's see. I had it on the other day. Maybe this way. We all have help. And I did not know, because it was like around 4 to 5. So it was really hot. It was really hot. And I had walked quite a ways away and from the pickup. And I was breathing. I could feel my heart just pacing, pacing, pacing. And I could walk a little bit, and then I would have to stop. And I was starting to think, because I was not thinking. I didn't take any water with me, and I wasn't thinking that, wow, am I having a heat? Oh, what is that? Not a heat stroke, but just symptoms of that. And I started to like, okay, this came. Ask the deer. Ask the deer to be with me, to help me up that hill. And I stood there and I concentrated and I allowed and I opened up to be with the deer, the reindeer, whatever type of deer that wanted to appear. And I asked for that help to help me walk up that hill to get back to the vehicle. And I literally felt them in my legs. I actually felt a couple times like I was hopping, or what would be the word? Like how they so gracefully. And I got kind of winded or tired, weak. That's what it was. I got weak, like halfway up, stood there for a minute, and just like really was with them. And they helped me up the rest of the way. Like, I'm like, okay, Tammy, come on, they're with you. I seriously felt I had help getting up that hill. We have helpers. We have helpers with us. And they want to help us. They really, truly want to help us. We just have to ask for the help. And see, that's why I'm saying I need help. And I did not know who was there to help me. And I did not know I was going to need that kind of help. So I'm really grateful I left it open-ended. So is this resonating with some of you? Yeah, is it resonating with some of you? With any of you? What I'm sharing today? When we start to facilitate the pain within us, we can start to be present with the pain of others. And we can show up in deep compassion. Because when we're triggered by other people's pain or other people's actions, that means that there's something within us that still needs to be looked at. So let's just go see if there's any comments. Oh, I don't know. Let's see if this is. So is this making sense to you? Let me ask you that way. Is this resonating with you? Okay, no comments. Feel free to write a comment. Feel free. That's what we're all here to do, is to encourage one another. Did you know that when you actually share something, that you can facilitate a change with someone else? You can facilitate a healing with somebody else just by you interacting and making a comment, sharing. So what gets in the way? Like, You know, when we dismiss things as being, we think they're weird, or we think, oh, my imagination is playing tricks on me, or when we don't do our own inner work. When we don't speak our truth. There's so much heartache out there, ladies. There's so much heartache in here. I know I still have layers. I still have layers that want to be revealed. And I'm okay with that. And I'm okay with not allowing other people's opinions of the work I do. Like one of my sisters years ago said, "You like crying like that?" Like, to me, it's not crying. It's like, it's healing. It's purging. It's allowing this emotion to come out. Allow the pain in you to have a voice so we can start to facilitate the change. I encourage you to find someone that will hold that space, as I described earlier in this video. Go back and watch the replay if you need to, of how it is to find a space holder. Even better, when you find a sacred space holder. Just start putting that out there. I want a sacred space holder. It's part of what we do over in the Emerald Compass Sacred Sisterhood. If you have questions about it, just reach out to me and I'll share more about it with you. Yeah, there's a few more openings. We're welcoming more in. When you see what's going on in the world, look through the eyes of your heart. Look through the eyes of compassion. Look through those parts of you that you have worked on, that you have healed, that you are healing. And you will be able to see the pain that is underneath all of it. Most of it. As we together, women, we together, we together, we together. We will rise. We are rising. And as we heal ourselves, we are healing this world and other worlds. I encourage you, I invite you to start to do that work, to expedite it if required. For me, it's required to expedite that. Jancy says, yes, especially not helping too much. Just holding space is enough sometimes. Hi, Carol. You're going to like how this, yeah, I know you'll go back and watch the replay. So as you're guided and led to create change and make shift happen, remember, ask for help. they're waiting for you. They're waiting for you to just say, I need help. They, if you don't know what to do, or if you're new at this, it's okay. I don't know what I was doing, like really 20, 30 years ago. Yeah, it's about 30 years ago. That's when things started shifting and changing for me, when I was 28. Big time. That was a major pivotal point in my life when I was 28. And that's when my work really started. Thank you for being here with us today. If you like what we shared, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know if I'm on the right track, because I do this every Wednesday. I bring a different subject. Well, and actually sometimes they're the same, maybe a different spin on them, or a different light, or a different way of presenting them. There's big shifts happening, ladies. There are major changes that are happening and are going to be happening. We need to do our work. We're waiting for you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Go make it a magnificent day. Cheers.